Today we have some really interesting interviews with really interesting people. Okay, let's get started. I'm Erika Porras and you're watching Actual Magazine.
I'm Vanesa Andrés and this is Actual Magazine, and thanks for joining us. Really excited to introduce our first interviewee. Nadia Martinez is a young Hispanic artist who is also an art instructor in New York City.
Last November, Nadia had her first solo show in Stanford Art Association, and we heard she had a great turnout.
I think art is a necessity. It's not something new. It's always it has always been there. It's a way of human being to express. I find myself that there are things I just don't know how to express myself, but through my art I'm able to be as loud as possible. So I think it's a necessity, not only for an artist but also for the viewer, for the public. I think enriches our lives, and it makes us think and just see things in a whole different way. I think artists have their own vocabulary, and that helps other people to see, or at least think, other options for what we are living today. Math is important, art is also important. It's just the way how you express yourself. As I mentioned before, the best way for me to express myself is through art. There are not my words that I think that can bring up my ideas the best way. Just that's what I do. Luckily, when I went to school back in Honduras, the art classes were almost as important as the other classes, and I was able to flourish that way. Unfortunately, as I progressed on my education, the art became almost none. And I think that was sad, because I know some people were not as good as me, but I think it's just another way of expressing yourself. Just the way how you learn how to write and count. I think art is as important. You understand things in a whole different way. You see things, you express yourself in a whole different way. Right now, I think if we look around, we see visual things all over. Either it's an ad or whatever it is, even our clothes. Well, my clothes is always, but there is always some kind of expression going on. So it would be very sad if all of a sudden everybody's wearing uniforms and we all look the same. So I think art is something that is very important, and it shouldn't be forgotten by the schools, by the government.
That was amazing. What an interesting lady, and her artwork is really engaging. Thanks, Nadia, for sharing your time with us.
Now let's watch some interviews conducted by Michelle León at the Latin Trendsetter Awards.
These awards are given by Latin Trends each year. They promote leadership qualities of Latino entrepreneurs, both in the media industry as well as the business world.
Soy Michelle León y estoy aquí Latin Trends, representando Actual Magazine. hoy día?
Extremadamente orgulloso que una organización como esta haya tenido la delicadeza de nombrarme como uno de ellos. El placer es enorme, tratar de describirlo, no hay palabras.
¿Cómo fue su inicio como reportero en la televisión?
Puro accidente. Being in the right place at the right time.
Yes, definitely.
Esa es la historia mía de cómo empecé. No es secreto ninguno, sino haber tratado la profesión
Sí.
como se merece ser tratada. Tratar al público que tú te lo imaginas, porque no lo ves, no crees que están ahí. Y es mejor que lo piense y lo conviertas en realidad, con respeto. Llevarle la noticia tal y como es, sin alteración de ninguna clase. Cuando tú sigues ese ritmo a través de los años, la gente se identifica contigo.
We are here with Derek Velez Pastridge. He is a producer and a director, and I hear he's coming out with a new movie.
That's right, that's right. Well, it's A Miracle in Spanish Harlem. It stars Kate del Castillo, Luis Antonio Ramos, Tony Plana, Adrian Martinez, and many, many other Latino people like Gerardo Rivera. We put together a film that's really for the whole entire family, and it's in the vein of a classic like It's a Wonderful Life. And we really wanted to show Latinos as a family-oriented, hard-working people that's funny, that's delightful and passionate, and everything that we are.
I'm here with Daisy at the Latin Trends event, and she's actually the trendsetter for tonight. How is that?
Well, that's very exciting at my age. To be recognized as a trendsetter is quite flattering.
An amazing example to the Hispanic community for us to look up to.
Thank you very much. I have many future trendsetters
Yes.
in this room tonight, and I hope to inspire them.
Yes,
Because when I started in the business, we didn't have that many role models. So I'm very happy to be here to set the tone for the future generations and trendsetters.
Best meal that I cook, depends for who. But for most of Latinos, you know, I always like to do really hardcore traditional Latin food, like roast pork. Like I said, it depends on what Latino community I'm doing it. But everything I do it with love. So I think people like the food.
Yes. I heard you cooked for Mark Anthony. How was that? What did you make for him?
I'm a chef every time he's in, so it depends of what occasion is. If it's Christmas, if it's New Year's Eve, if it's in concerts. But he loves traditional Puerto Rican food.
What's your secret recipe for the food?
Secret recipe. I guess the secret recipe, there's no secret recipe.
No secret.
I mean, it's everything you do it with love and because you love to do it. And I guess it's that ingredient that comes into you when you cook it. Like, I think the Ecuadorian ceviche, the secret ingredient is ketchup.
I know that you actually been coming out with the movie you've been doing.
Yes, there's a film that I did with Kate del Castillo called Miracle in Spanish Harlem, El Milagro del Barrio, which opens this Friday, December 6th, all over the Latin markets and internationally in Puerto Rico, all over New York City. It was shot here in New York.
How was it working with Kate?
Kate was extraordinary. You know, for a woman who's such a big international star, it was quite extraordinary for us to, like, 2 days after we met, we were falling in love in the film. So it was like, woo, here we go.
Yeah.
Well, 4 weeks after a show that I did for ABC, Lucky 7, got canceled, I got a call from CBS and the Stars Network that it wanted me to become a part of the cast of a show called Power, which is actually executive produced by 50 Cent. So it was like, 50 chavos y yo, pa' allá vamos.
Thanks, Michelle, for a great job interviewing these amazing people. Now, Erika, let's share with our viewers some interviews Anastasia was able to conduct at the Heartland New Year's Fashion Night in New York City.
My name is Anastasia, and we are on the Heartland Fashion Show, and I'm with...
Hi, my name is Jorgensen. I'm CEO of Heartland Modeling Agency.
How are you doing today?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. What can you recommend and give advice to people who are new for the fashion?
Yeah, they should just hit up us, really, or somebody else that organize shows or organize modelings. model agencies or organizers of shows, and they can always help you out.
Very good. How long you been modeling?
Oh, I've actually been modeling since the age of 7, and then I stopped for a little bit, and I started again back in 2009.
Very good. And what's the favorite thing to be a model?
To be a model, I actually would like to say trying on the clothes. It could be a little hectic back there, but my favorite part is always dressing up and trying the different styles of the designers. It's really nice.
What's your goal as a fashion model for the future?
Well, my goal as a fashion model will be to become one of those supermodels, like the Victoria's Secret ones. Always when I was little, I always used to be like watching their shows and everything. I still do actually, but yeah, that's one of my goals. Let's see if I can get it.
You have any tips for the future young designers and models?
Yes, well, here's a very big tip. You know, one of the things that when you're pursuing this particular field, you must realize that first and foremost, you got to stay at it. You got to stay focused. You got to really want this and put all your effort into it. And one of the things that happens with models in particular when they come into this field, they want to become successful immediately. And sometimes that doesn't happen. So one of the things that we try to instill in our models is that we want to develop the total package. And that package is, you know, you want to be intelligent, you want to be well-spoken, you want to read some books and sort of develop yourself. Self-development is key to us. So when you look at a Heartland model, you look at the total being, just not the model who's walking on the runway or in that particular fashion magazine.
How long you been modeling?
I've been modeling for about 4.5 months, so I'm still pretty new. I started in August, but I love it so far. Every single show, it's like a new experience, no matter what. And that's probably my favorite part, just being exposed to different people in the world and everything. It's very exciting.
What's your goal as a fashion model?
I'm hoping that maybe I can make it into a career. I'm only 16, so I'm very young, and I'm hoping that I could live off of it or, you know, participate in some really good fashion shows, and that's my goal. So,
how long you been doing modeling for?
Well, believe it or not, I'm a new face for about the past 4 months.
And how do you like to be model?
Actually, I enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. The traveling can be very tedious because I actually don't live in New York. I live in North Carolina, right on the beach.
And what's your goals as a fashion new model?
I just want to see where it takes me right now. I don't think I have any ultimate goals. I think I'm just going to enjoy it. I'm just going to have fun with it and just see what happens.
And are you presented any line of clothing today?
Not as far as today, but I will be showing for Fashion Week. My collection is going to be called B25 by Dietrich, and the full collection is going to be called Ascension. It's about taking yourself and transforming yourself, which I've done this for the last year. So it's just like trying to get myself out of a dark spot in the industry as far as the no light in the dark. So now that I've ascended, and now I'm just bringing the light to everyone. So I'm excited.
Very good. We are looking forward to see your collection. Is there any advice you can give or tips for the new designers who just started their careers?
Actually, some of the designers that are presenting today, we've actually collaborated before. So when they started, I started. So, I mean, just do what you're doing, and, you know, I can't say much for the designers because they're at the same spot as I am. You know, we just have to extend, you know, where we used to be until now.
I'm from Russia.
Very good. Очень приятно. How long have you been modeling, Anna?
I've been modeling already for 2 years. I began modeling in Spain. It was when I was 18 years old, and it was a great step in my life because I was dreaming about this career since my childhood. So it was good beginning. Yeah.
What's the best thing about modeling you like?
Oh, you know, it's everything. It's exposure. It's people. You always meet people. You always make connections, networking. It's everything. It's fun. It's my passion. I like to do this.
And what's your goals for the future?
Oh, my goals are very, very high. I want to go to high fashion level. I want to work with high fashion designers, and we'll see. I think everything possible if you want very hard.
Okay, good luck to you. I hope I see you in a fashion magazine.
My name is Luckner Dampier, representing Highly Humble clothing line.
Very good. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
What's the trend in 2015, do you think?
the chair for 2013. Yeah, you just keep on moving and doing what you gotta do to make it better for the next year. Definitely.
Very good. Is any advice you can give to new fashion designers and models?
Yes, keep on working at it, you know, don't stop, you know. And if you start something, you gotta continue on until you get to where you need to go. And like I say, it's a long way to go, but the journey's long, but it's pleasant. It's pleasure.
How long you been modeling?
I've been modeling for 3 years total.
How do you like it? What's the best thing in modeling you like?
Oh, to me, model is like myself. You know, everything's about model. It's really incredible. I love it. It's me. I have nothing to say. Nothing wrong with model. You know, because it's kind of an art. Because I'm an artist too.
How long you been modeling?
Almost 6 months.
Very good, very good. And what's your favorite thing to be a model?
Print. I love print. I love taking pictures and snapping away. Yes.
What's the goal as a future model?
Well, my goal is mostly of all, I want to become this big print, you know, be in magazines and be on TV shows and stuff like that. So that's my dream. That's my goal, main goal.
What can you give any ideas to other models who just, you know, starting their career?
It's keep going because it gets better and better every minute. Everything is worth it at the end.
How long you been modeling, Marissa?
I've been modeling with Heartland for 1 year now, but I've been modeling in general since I was 6 years old, so I started really early.
What's the best thing to be a model? Do you like?
I love the fashion and I love the makeup and the hair. You know, I love just going down the runway and being able to show everything that, you know, that I can. It's, you know, it takes courage to get up there and, you know, strut your stuff. So I love being able to do that and, you know, the drive that it gives me, the thrill that it gives me to get out in front of everyone and walk.
Good. And what advice can you give to the young new models who just started their career?
Well, I would definitely say don't be shy because, you know, you're not going to get anywhere with shyness. You know, to be a model, you really have to be brave and you have to be courageous and you need to do, you know, what people ask you to do on the spot. So, you know, you can't just, you know, you could be beautiful, but you can't be shy. You just need to, you know, do anything you can to show yourself out there and, you know, show what you have to the world.
Okay, great advice, thanks. And what's your goals for the future?
My goals? Well, I would love, obviously, I want to continue modeling. You know, I want to become big. I want to do a lot of print work. So, you know, I love fashion shows and stuff, but I would also like to do print for, like, you know, magazines and, you know, like, makeup. I love makeup. So hopefully you'll see me in a magazine.
Those were really good pointers. Their models looks like they're on top of their game. I've always heard great things about Heartland models. How nice of them for inviting us.
I know. I want to thank everyone at Heartland for being so nice to us. A lot of their models are very well known for their professionalism and outstanding dedication.
I totally agree with them. As a model myself, I also love the chance to help creative professionals, whether it's a designer or a stylist, to showcase their work and skills set. The collaborative process of modeling is oftentimes overlooked.
I know. I couldn't agree with you anymore. And modeling and fashion in general is just fascinating. Well then, I can't believe how time flies. It's time to start wrapping up. Time sure flies when you're having fun.
I know. Fortunately, we're just getting started and there's a lot of great content coming our way. Thank you all for watching. Please contact us and send us your feedback.
We'd love to hear from you, and we would also love to cover your event and even have you join us in our studio. Send us proposals and our producers will get in contact with you and learn more about your event.
Subscribing to our channel is really important to us. That way you can remain updated with our latest episodes. So don't forget, visit us on actualmag.com.
And find us on Facebook.
Ahora, lo que sí te puedo decir es que por la parte, las canciones en español yo creo que probablemente tengan las mejores.